Hey YouTube, welcome to Guitar Vocalist, the channel that's all about singing and playing guitar at the same time and just being a confident, self-reliant musician. So if you're new here and you like what you see, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It's a great easy way to support the channel so I can put out more content. Today we're going to be talking about ear training for musicians. How to train your ear so that you can musically understand what's going on and recognize tones and develop things like relative pitch. So the first tip is actually a bit more of an everyday habit than an actual technical tip. And this is never play your guitar out of tune, okay? It seems obvious, and yet I think that we all fall into this trap where we recognize something's a little bit off, you know, like one of our strings kind of fell behind the other ones, and we just sort of ignore it. Something doesn't sound perfect, but we're like, whatever. That's the first thing. You should never play out of tune, because then you're telling your mind, you're training yourself that, well, I have a lot of leeway in how accurate my notes can be. And then you have difficulty discerning between them, and then you don't have a good musical ear. You should always feel off if your guitar is out of tune and fix it. Use a tuner, but don't only tune using a tuner. Try tuning using reference notes, right? So let me get this out of tune real quick. So this is like my E string, so I'm going to play E on the B. And I'm going to try and play it. So it's an easy way to do it, right? And I'm going to try and do them at the same time. But I'm also try and play it like on a different string for here. See, these two are a little bit off actually, so I'm going to tune it up. And now they're back. And if you try on different strings and compare like that, it's great practice. So try and tune using not only a tuner, but play a YouTube video with some song that you know the key of. Also try and tune to a different note. For instance, I'll just tune the B and the E right now. And that's how you know that they sound together and in tune. Right? So these are little kind of ways to get yourself to start. You can incorporate these tips into your everyday habits, and then you will naturally develop a better ear for music. The next tip for ear training is you can sing above and below the notes while you're doing it to hear the difference between sharp and flat. So I'm going to sing on D, for example. Hey. Now watch, I'm going to just go above and below the note using Siren Exercises. So imagine I'm just doing ah, that's a siren. Now I'm gonna match it. Ah, ah, ah. Right, so I'm starting from the bottom and moving up to it. Now watch how it sounds when it's a bit flat. Now a bit sharp. This is a really important exercise to be able to do if you're a singer-songwriter and if you're just a guitarist/vocalist. And the third way in which to develop your ear is to actually understand chord quality. So if I play something like a minor chord, I understand that it has in this chord a minor third, a root note, and a fifth. So in this case, the E minor chord has a G as its minor third, and it has a B as its fifth. And that's how I can understand. But if I change it to a major chord, it sounds different. It sounds grand, and every major chord sounds grand. So G major, E major, C major, A major. Now listen to those same chords again, but minor. E minor, G minor, C minor, A minor. They don't sound grand, they sound more somber. But then what you can do is you can start to also find out what does a seventh sound like, for example, with E. And you could also start to do like, what does a major seventh sound like? And stuff like that. So play with these chords one by one. Start with just a power chord and then move up to like major or minor, and then try with sevenths, and eventually you can learn sus2, you can learn ninths, 11ths, but that's more advanced. Just start with these for now. These three elements together are the building blocks sort of to ear training. So to recap, first, follow good habits by always tuning your guitar correctly. Try and tune it in different ways to different strings, to different songs, to reference tones. And always feel like something is wrong if your guitar is out of tune. Don't be lazy and just play out of tune, or you'll train your ear wrong. Tip number 2 is try the siren exercise with singing, where you go a little bit above the tone, a little bit below the tone, so you can hear the difference. And you can also try this exercise, by the way, with just strings like this. So you hit the right note. And tip number 3 is learn chord quality. Start with just power chords, then learn major, minor, and then you could expand to different seventh chords and things like that. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you want to see more content, and until next time.